All right, guys, you saw the title. More EVO news, more EVO debate is out here. And this is my cup of tea. I actually like talking about accolades, prestige, all that other stuff. This is my type of conversation. So basically, this kind of all started with, I believe Filipino Man started all this. Basically, when he gave his comment, and I'm going to show everything on the screen as I'm reading. So I'm going to read off my phone. But he says, to be honest, EVO is really diluting their brand power by having multiple tournaments. Are we really going to call the winner of EVO France, EVO Singapore, and EVO Japan all EVO champions? Yes, they're going to be tough tournaments, but that's 4 new champions yearly. And then the thing about it is, right underneath this, Justin Wong said Austin is going to beat my record in 1 year, because basically Austin is winning basically like almost every EVO every year. But so this conversation comes from EVO basically announcing, like what Filipino Man said. He said there's going to be an EVO France, EVO Singapore, EVO Japan, EVO Las Vegas, and they actually, it's another one. He's missing one. EVO LA. So there's going to be an EVO in LA. Now I don't know if that's going to be a tournament or if that's just going to be like the award ceremony. We'll see. But basically, it's like, is EVO diluting their brand power? Are they making their tournaments seem less valuable to go to as far as like prestige and accolades because they're having so many of them in a year? And you have people going back and forth on it. Like, for example, you have Damascus right here saying, I don't think having multiple EVO weakens the EVO champ title at all. I see it as like tennis. 4 Grand Slams, none of them invalidate the other. Being the EVO champ and the EVO Japan champ is different, and it creates regional majors, more stories, etc. Las Vegas is expensive, so that's one way. Then you have someone like Sanford Kelly coming in saying, I feel like Capcom Cup was the life-changing event over EVO for Street Fighter for a long time now. And then he goes on to talk about kind of like another discussion they were having about payments and stuff like that, how much people should get paid at EVO. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about basically the prestige of the event. So basically, like, my thoughts on this is I am more so on the side of it does lower the prestige. Now, I come at it from an angle like this. When you have more of something, it's not as valuable as when you have less of something. Like, for example, candy is like mass produced today. You know, somebody giving, you a piece of candy or Reese's or something like that, it's not as valuable as, let's just say, you had certain candy that, you could only get at a certain place at a certain time of the year. It's just more valuable. It has more prestige to it because it's something that's just not openly available. It's like the NBA. Being an NBA champion holds so much weight because it's like there aren't multiple NBA title champions a year. It's only one. It's only one. So that's why we hold people having championships in such regard, because there's only one a year. There's only one shot at it at a year. And if we're going to have multiple EVO events, for a long time now, if you won an EVO title, you were up there, because that's another thing. Like, it's been one way in the FGC for so long. People can say tennis like Grand Slams, just different ones and all that other stuff, but that's not how the FGC has ran. There was one EVO Las Vegas, and if you were winning that EVO, you were basically in an upper echelon. You came to an event that was once a year. The best of the best were going to be there. You went through a gauntlet of people, and it made it have that prestige because you could only do it once a year. And if you were the person who did that, especially if you did it multiple times like someone like Justin Wong did, then that's why you had such a higher accolade or a higher prestige around your name when it came to the things that you've done in the FGC being a player. So we can't just come now and just start saying like, oh, we're going to add 3 different EVOs, and then we got a whole nother one we've already announced in 2026. Now, yes, that is great for the community. It is great that other people are going to be able to come to EVOs, that's closer to their region. They don't have to deal with so much travel and stuff like that, the expenses of it. Yes, that's great, but then it makes it seem like EVO is being broken down into regionals. You got EVO America, EVO France, EVO Singapore. All this stuff is not that one single EVO that many people came from across the world, like a world tournament, that people came and diverged into one place and to try to be the best of the best. That hold more value than just having so many different EVOs across different countries. Because another thing, when you have this many different EVOs, what's the point of like someone like an American player, like a Punk to God or something like that? If he's gonna go to EVO Las Vegas and he's winning EVO Las Vegas, what prestige is it? I mean, what does it benefit him for to go to all these other events unless there's just gonna be buku money behind it? If it's not gonna have a lot of money behind it, what benefit is it to him to go to all these other tournaments? Because one, we know at the end of the day, EVO Las Vegas is going to be the one that's going to have the higher prestige to it. It's the original, it's the Don Dada, it's the OG. But then when you bring in all these other ones, why would he go? Why would he compete in them? Why does it matter to him? You know, what is it in there for him? If he missed one, oh well, I could just do another one. It really don't matter. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, people like to say like, well, some of the best players in the world you'll never know because people can't travel to Las Vegas and stuff like that. But it's like you're gonna have people who's, you know, aren't gonna be traveling to, you know, all these different places because there's so many different EVOs to try to get to in a year. 3 to 4 EVOs in a year in different countries and stuff like that. Only the best of the best of the best who are willing to and have the funds to and who want to, who feel like it's worth it to them, will go there. Because like even with EVO Japan, like, you know, EVO Japan, yes, people recognize it and they value it and stuff like that, but let's be honest, don't nobody see it as the same as EVO Las Vegas. It's like if EVO Las Vegas is 1A, people treat EVO Japan like it's like 1C, you know, or maybe even a 2A. You know, they just like, yes, you're an EVO champion, we'll give you that EVO title and stuff like that, but Mena RD just won EVO Japan. Do you feel like he had the same competition as EVO Las Vegas that this EVO Las Vegas just had? No. So I mean, let's just be realistic of how people see EVO Las Vegas versus how they see EVO Japan. So to go back to that, to go back to that Sanford Kelly point where he was talking about the world tours, I basically agree that basically if we're gonna start having like all these multiple EVOs and stuff like that, yes, it's gonna dilute itself. Only, you know, EVO Las Vegas is still going to hold their prestige, but all those other ones, we're not going to see them the same. And then basically at the end of the day, it's going to even get to a point to where like even it might start diminishing EVO Las Vegas because there's just so many different EVOs, especially if different people in the scene, or, you know, because people are going to fight. Some people who win EVO France are just going to, I want my respect, I want an EVO, I'm just as good as the people that want EVO Las Vegas. So there's going to be a division in the scene. But one thing that won't be a dividing about is that when it comes to the Capcom Pro Tour, the Tekken World Tour and stuff like that, they are going to still be the Don Dada, the upper echelon of a game. And, you know, people being able to say like, I won the best of the best tournament. And, you know, that's one reason why, like, I still have Shao Hai a little bit over Arsenal and Ash, because there was only 2 Neo Geo World Tours that happened during the KOF 14 era. They were playing KOF 98, they were playing KOF 14. M won both. M-Dash won, I think it's M-Dash. M-Dash won both of those in KOF 14, and Shao Hai won both in KOF 98. It's only 2 of them ever, and he won both. Like, they won both. Like, the type of echelon that puts them in for the say that they did that is way greater than what an EVO can give. So that's why I say that Shao Hai is probably still on my Mount Rushmore over Arsenal and Ash, even though Arsenal and Ash has like 1 more EVO than him in the Tekken World Tour. But Shao Hai has 4 EVOs, but he has 2 World Tours for an event that only happened twice. It just puts him like at a different level of prestige. And he has Super Battle Opera in an event that isn't the 2v2, is 1v1. So I still have him up there because of the prestige of that World Tour event. So I think World Tours are definitely going to submit themselves as being like, when you win this, like it puts you like a little higher and stuff like that. So, you know, who knows, we might have to elevate Mena RD even more, because he's won 2 Capcom Pro Tours. And nobody else has done. I think nobody else has done that. I'm pretty safe in saying that. And he has an EVO Japan, which is really not an EVO Las Vegas, but even though we still consider him an EVO champion, but those 2 Capcom Pro Tours are probably going to be elevated now. It might be, or we might look at it at a way to where it's like, well, during that time, you know, it was only EVO Japan, you know, so you kind of got to look at it for the time. EVO is doing a lot, and I mean, it's owned by Sony, so I'm probably sure they want to like expand it, make it more, make as much money as they can off of it, make it as big as a brand as possible. But that's going to come at the cost of it having prestige. I mean, but that's what happens when, you know, something that's sold from grassroots going into, you know, basically a corporation, it gets it's big business. So, you know, it is what it is. I think, yes, it will dilute EVO's prestige. But I think the most we'll get from it is most people will say, like, okay, if you win EVO Las Vegas, that's the one. If you win the other ones, okay, we'll call you an EVO champ, but it's not gonna be as, like, you know, I don't want to say it's gonna be an asterisk beside it, but it's not gonna be the same as somebody saying they want EVO Las Vegas. Because let's be honest, we treat EVO Japan the same way. Let's be honest about it. But that's how I feel. This your boy Rexonmax. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know in the comment section down below. Peace out.